Jackal, you gotta give me mod, bro. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Jackal Racing, coming at you from Atlanta. With it's an intermediate track with 3 different grooves, and we've got tire wear and fuel mileage, and it should be a fun one. We have got a packed field today with 2, 4, 6, 8, with 12 cars. On your pole is Sleesher, sitting in second. Genzo behind them in row 2. Rona or Roni and Austin in row 3. Who is that? I'm not too sure. HFH and Water Net. In row 5, Good Square and Creams. Row 6, Joel Musa and Fearless. Apologize for that. Row 7, Trainwreck by himself in the very back. And someone is out of their car. We'll have a double file restart, and it'll be green. Going around turn 4, getting ready for the green flag. And we are green. Genzo with a great start. Roni with not such a great start. They'll be coming into the first corner here. Double file. 3 wide with Good Square in the middle. Waternet's just gonna drop back. Smart move there. You don't want to be on that outside lane. It's not great. That groove is not one of the best. And Joel Musa getting turned by Sleesher. That'll be a big wreck and train wreck involved as well as Waternet. Coming to the line, Genzo will take P1. Roni and Good Square fighting for P2. Roni put Good Square in the wall. Not exactly a sportsmanlike move. Or they may not call a caution, I guess. Guess we're going to stay green. And they'll have to merge. This is a Funrace. This is not an actual race, so they don't have to worry about points or any of that. But next week, we will be going to Daytona for the very first race of the season. And I want all of you to be there. It's going to be very fun, and it's going to be a great race. Because we have tire wear and we have fuel, and it actually makes sense, and everything is better about these new gen cars. Now coming around the 4th corner for lap 4, Genzo leading with a great lead of 2 seconds. I have a slight problem where I cannot spectate everyone, but it is not the end of the world. I'm going to have to rejoin, so make this quick. I apologize for the inconvenience. So how's everyone in the chat doing? Alright, anyways, back to the action. Genzo's still the race leader, pulling even further away. 2.2. Let's look at the middle of the pack here, looking at, there's a good battle between Good Square and Roni. Good Square gonna get out in front of him and take P3 for himself. Not too much going on here. First few laps of the race. Everyone's just kind of single file at this point. Not too much really going on. Just trying to hold their line and trying to find a groove to catch them back up to the pack. Especially Joel Musa, Sleesher, Vibe Check, or Austin. They're really just trying to catch back up. Cream about to spin out, and we have well, they're not calling cautions. I would say we have a caution, but we are just merging. So he'll drop back a little bit. Back with Sleesher and Vibe Check. Waternet and HF having a little battle. HF is a Beluga car. That is who that is. And Trainwreck, I think, jumped out of his car. No, that wasn't Trainwreck. That was... I'm not entirely sure. Actually, that might have been a dummy. I believe that was a dummy that someone just ran over. Rest in peace for that, man. 3 wide out of turn 4. Watermelon and Trainwreck making use of the inside and outside. It's looking a little move right there. See, what you don't want to get into is this little 3-car battle they're having in the middle of the pack. It's just going to slow you down and not going to allow you to catch up with the leaders. What they want to do is just work together, get a little draft train going, and try and catch up to like Roni, as he's the furthest car back there. Because Genzo just pulls away more and more as the gap is now 3 seconds. It's just going to become more and more hopeless. Genzo is also conserving. Looking at other drivers, he's got more tires and more fuel. Well, about the same fuel. Genzo sitting at 92% tires, and others in the middle of the pack sitting more around the mid-80s. Let's look at Genzo's line real quick compared to other lines. Enters high, goes midline, stays there, and lets off for a good few seconds to conserve some fuel. Very smart. Now, if we look at someone like Austin, for instance, in a battle with Trainwreck, he's on the throttle a lot more often. He's going to be using a lot more tires and a lot more fuel, trying to get past him. And that's what's going to keep you from catching up with the pack. People smoking in the back, HF or Beluga. He lost a lot of time from spinning out right there. Well, I don't know if he spun out. I actually didn't see. But you can see a clear difference between Genzo's line and everyone else's. Genzo's is very clean. So they will only be pitting once this entire race. Only once. As the track doesn't really have too much tire or fuel wear. 15 laps in, tires are only at 90% compared to something like Daytona where your tires wear very fast. They are still single file, not much going on, not much fighting. I think they're trying to just settle into their spots and work towards catching up. Genzo is still only at 89% tires. If he holds this out, he is a very good contender to win the race. I'm not going to pick favorites yet, but he's definitely a very good contender. Roni as well. It's in at 86% tires. And Good Square, who appears to be catching him at this very moment. Or catching Fearless. And Fearless just keeps losing time on Genzo. As he hits the wall there. He's going to lose even more time. Now 4-second gap. You also have to think, like, as your tires get more and more worn, your line changes ever so slightly, and that can change anything, really. Just as Genzo, you saw there, went a little lower than where he usually goes with his regular line. And that's because his tires are getting lower and lower. He's now at 88%. Everyone's sitting at about the same fuel, 600. WaterNet sitting at 700 fuel, 88% tires. Not too much of a difference. He'll probably pit around when everyone else does, as well as Austin at 700 fuel. And Vibe Check, 750 with the highest. Good Square at 500 fuel. He's really fighting to try and catch up with Fearless and Genzo. Genzo really trying to conserve now, laying off of the throttle for a good 3 seconds in the middle of the corner. Trying to hold on to his fuel and tires as much as possible before he has to pit. We're now halfway through the race. And Genzo still leads with a bigger gap than ever. In fact, he might even catch Vibe Checks. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he has fallen back a big amount as he's on the backstretch, as Genzo is just now entering the backstretch. Let's go look at Trainwreck, as it appears there's a battle going on over there between him and Roni. Little bumping and banging. Roni gonna try the outside here, see if he can make it work. A little more bumping. That is not gonna end well for them. Gonna give Austin and WaterNet a chance to catch up. And Roni in the grass. He's gonna lose a little bit of time off of that. This little 4-car pack is the only thing between Good Square and the back of the pack. Back of the pack being Joel Musa, Creams, Sleesher, and Beluga. You know, it seems like everyone just kind of cuts that little corner there, coming out of turn 4, going into the front stretch, which I guess it's legal if they're going to allow it. We have Genzo coming into the pits now. First one to pit. And he's coming out. I was a little late on that. Joel in as well. They're probably going to take both tires and fuel. Genzo with tires and fuel coming out just in front of Fearless and Good Square. That's how much of a lead he had. Or they might have come around, I'm not entirely sure. Joel with tires and fuel as well. Fearless now leading the race. And yes, Genzo, I believe, is a lap down. Yes, but Fearless is going to have to pit eventually as well as everyone else. You're not going to make it not pitting. Gonna run out of fuel. Fearless sitting on 250 fuel and 83% tires. If I was Fearless, I would be dropping back right now. Not really gonna want to fight someone with new tires and full fuel. Conserve as much as possible. Try not to pit before Good Square does, because Good Square is sitting on 190 fuel. So Fearless has got a little bit more time. Let's go look at Roni over in this little pack of 3, trying to make their way back. Or not back, but trying to make their way up to Good Square. Roni gonna hit the wall a little bit. Not what you want to do. We'll see these guys coming in just a few laps. And I believe Sleesher is coming in, as well as Fearless and Good Square, both pitting at the same time. Sleesher's in, Creams is in, Trainwreck is in. Just about everyone is pit at this point. Try and get a clean merge here. Everyone's going to drift a little high. They weren't too sure if Trainwreck was going to come up or not. But this is A class. You should really not have to worry about that. Looks like Roni is coming in as well. Waternet and Austin going to stay out. You really don't want to be the last person to pit. It's not good, and you're gonna lose a lot. Trainwreck and Joel both down a lap, as well as Creams, Sleesher, and Vibe Check. Actually, I believe Good Square and Down are lapped. Austin coming in as well. Roni still in the pits. I believe that is our pit cycle. Nope, we still got one more. Or 2 more. Waternet has not pit yet. And Austin is pitting now. Fearless will be your new leader after Waternet pits. And here he comes now. I think he could have stayed out there a little bit longer. He's sitting on 200 fuel. But, come in when you can. You want to get those new tires as quick as possible. Okay, he's just going to take fuel, no tires. And I am actually wrong. HF, or Beluga, has not pitted yet. He's at 40 fuel. He'll likely come in this lap right now. So Waternet and Fearless both did not take tires when they came in for the pits. And Sleesher almost spun out, coming across the finish line. And Waternet, I think, has ran out of fuel. Or he has full fuel? I'm not entirely sure what happened. He had like 30 fuel just a second ago. Not gonna question it. HF has ran out of fuel. Oh wait, no. HF, that's what I was talking about. Not Waternet. Waternet pit. I apologize. HF has ran out of fuel. He is not going to make it. Well, he might. He's trying. He is trying. You know what I think when you run out of fuel? It is scripted to where you can go a max of like 60 miles per hour. So you don't have to worry about TPing someone. Anyways, let's look back at the leaders. Fearless and Genzo. Quite a gap there. Fearless has flipped the script. And now has a 2 or 3-second gap between him and Genzo. Good Square still sitting in third place. A little bit of lag there. On my end, at least. So now you just race it out. We have 6 laps left to go. And Fearless is sitting pretty good. Sleesher and HF, and I believe Creams and Vibe Checks are all down a lap. Fearless was one of the first ones to pit, and he's sitting at about 900 fuel. Should be more than enough to get him across the finish line, as well as 76 tires. Not the best tires in the field, though. Sleesher with 92%, and Roni and Austin both sitting at 95%. They're some of the later ones to pit. Let's look at Austin and Joel and HF having their little battle here. Well, they were 3 wide, but they just single filed it out. That is impressive. A-class, everybody. Professionals. Professional Lego racers. Austin gonna try the outside. Gonna tap the wall and get absolutely nothing out of it. Except a good exit. Yeah, a good exit. Pushing 200, gonna try and get up under Joel. Really the only battle we've got going on right now. Although Genzo is catching Fearless, so let's go take a look at that. Oh, Fearless into the inside wall, and Creams as well. That's going to bring out the caution. Genzo going to get the race back here, and Fearless is going to spin out across the finish line. He'll get P2. Sleesher with, well, no, Sleesher is a lap down. Good Square with P3. Roni with P4. Joel with P5, Austin with P6, Trainwreck with P7, HF P8, Waternet P9, Creams P10. Or 11. I think 11. That was an interesting one, to say the least. This is going to change the game up quite a bit. We're going to have some pitters. Genzo going to try and fake. That might be a penalty. He was across the line. As you can see, a lot of people spinning out, trying to get into the pits. Roni going backwards. That is an interesting tactic. And Roni is not going to get to pit. Joel Musa going in backwards as well. Joel Musa, Trainwreck, and Fearless all pitting. Roni not going to pit. Fearless going to get out first. Joel going to get out second, going backwards. Slick move right there. He's going to lose 3% off of that move. 3% of his tires. Fearless only taking tires, and Trainwreck also only taking tires. All 3 of them have more than enough fuel to make it. Genzo is now your race leader. Good Square is sitting behind him, and Austin in third. Waternet, not much of him, or we haven't seen much of him, but he is sitting in P4. Roni as well, sitting in P6. Haven't seen much of him. I believe we are green this time. They will go double file. And If I'm gonna have to pick a favorite, I'm gonna go with Genzo here. No offense to Good Square or Fearless, I think they're both. I think they've both done very well this race, but Genzo has definitely shown that he can run this track at a much higher level. And if he doesn't win, props to whoever does. But here we go. We are green. Some people are in the grass, but they're going to recover. Genzo's going to pull out ahead. But Good Square's peeking that. Man, I wish we could get a replay. If you would like to join the league, I will post the Discord in chat for you. Alright, well this is going to change up strategy quite a bit, just as last time. Genzo, Sleesher, Creams, Roni, HF or Beluga, whichever you want to call him, and Austin all coming into the pits. Fearless though, he's going to stay out. Because he's looking good on tires, 98% and 600 fuel. That's more than enough to get him around 3 more times. Genzo only going to take tires, and he'll be out first. It'll be a race to the line. Sleesher will come out second. Sleesher took tires. Roni will come out third. He took tires and fuel. Creams took tires and fuel. Austin, tires and fuel. Beluga, tires and fuel. It's shaping up to be a good one. Already in double overtime. And we will go 2 wide here, I believe. Yep, here we go. Genzo is still going to be my personal favorite pick. He's just ran a good line. We haven't seen too much of his passing capabilities and how he deals with other drivers. But if he wants to win this race, he's going to show us. Let me know your favorite pick in the comments, or not the comments, the chat. That's what I meant here. Chat. Let's hear your favorite picks. It is Fearless to win the race. And they're wrecking behind. Genzo finishes third, Good Square finishes second, Trainwreck in fourth, and Sleesher in fifth. That is your top 5. A very good race from everyone. Unfortunately, Genzo didn't win though. I was really hoping. A great finish though from Fearless and Good Square. Amazing battle. I'm not sure if we're going to do driver interviews, as it is just a fun race.